your connections to the vocabulary journals with your partner, go ahead and let's shout out a couple of what you have shared. So what did you share about vocabulary journals that you already know? What do you know about vocabulary journals?
You put words in there that you are going to use in the future.
Words that you're going to use in the future. Good. So that might be even a definition of vocabulary. Are there any other ideas of what a vocabulary journal might have in it? What do you remember?
Like what the words mean?
What the words mean, so definitions. Good. So that's what we're going to be doing in our vocabulary journals today. We have a few new activities that we've never done in vocabulary journals, so we're going to go over them a little bit today. But first, let's review what we did yesterday with measurement. What we did is we looked at some pictures of objects and we measured them in real life using a string, and we did it using meters and kilometers and centimeters. So, what can you tell us about the Empire State Building? Would you want to measure the Empire State Building using length or height? Which one would you want to use?
Height.
Height. Why would you want to measure the height of the Empire State Building?
Because it's such a tall building.
Because it's such a tall building. Good. The Empire State Building is known for its height. Perfect. Now, we also looked at a school bus. Would we want to measure the length or the height of a school bus?
The length.
Length. Good. And do you think you would want to measure this school bus using centimeters, meters, or kilometers? Which one would you want to use?
Meters.
Meters. Why meters?
Well, because I think a meter is about 3 feet long, and that would give you a reasonable number to work with.
Good, good. Good connection to the English system of measurement. Awesome. Okay, and then one more picture. We did a few more, but we'll just look at one more. A blue whale. What did we talk about when we talked about the blue whale? What is the blue whale known for?
It's a big animal, very big animal in the world.
It's a big animal in the world. Is it very long or is it very tall?
Long.
It is long. The blue whale swims like this. So we are looking at its length. Okay, good. Alright, so now with our vocabulary journals, we're going to talk about some of the activities that you can do at the class in your vocabulary journal. So the first one we're going to talk about is the semantic web. And I would like everyone to get their vocabulary journals out of their desks. And we will be doing a group semantic web. So I want everyone to follow along as I make the web, and we'll make it together. Okay, so the semantic web, what is the first thing that you think goes in the center of a semantic web?
The main idea.
The main idea. Good. So in this case, we're going to use one of the main ideas as a vocabulary word. So let's start out with metric. What do we know about the word metric? Let's shout out some ideas about the word metric. What does metric mean to you?
It's how other people measure things.
How other people measure things. Good. So we don't measure using the metric system, right?
Not usually.
Okay, so we don't use it. And think about this. If someone looked at this word and had no idea what it meant, what could you tell them to help them understand what this word means?
So it's a way to measure.
A way to measure. Good. Way to measure. Perfect. And I want to make sure that everyone is writing this down in their vocabulary journal. Okay, so metric. We don't use it, and it is a way to measure. What are some other words that you could associate or that you could connect with metric?
Length.
Length. Good. We talked about length. And what was the other type that we talked about?
Width.
Length. Width. We didn't talk about width, but that's a good one.
Height.
Height. Good. width? What is width in comparison to length and height? How do we measure width?
How big around something is.
How big around something is, so how wide. See how if you used wide and width, they start with the same 3 letters? So you can associate and connect those with those letters. Okay, let's get one more idea. Metric. What's one other idea that we can use?
It's how they, in Canada, our neighbors to the north, use the metric system.
Good. Canada uses the metric system. How do you know that?
Because when you cross the border, instead of miles per hour, it says kilometers.
Good. So they use kilometers per hour. That is always confusing to me. I've never understood that. Okay, so with a partner, I want you to put out 3 more lines, and I want you to add 3 more ideas with a partner to your semantic web. And when you're finished, I want you to put your thumbs up, and I would like you to close your journals.